That unmistakable purpley blue haze has swept across the country. Yes, the jacaranda season has arrived. It's an incredible time when you look deeply into the flowers, the sea of blue and purple. You could be in a fairy tale. So let me take you on a tour to see some of the best of these magnificent trees. This is possibly the most famous Jacaranda Street in the entire country. It's McDougall Street in Kirribilli, and it houses, just around the corner there, Kirribilli House, the Sydney home of the Prime Minister. But in October, November, it's the jacarandas that take centre stage. And we have the councillors from North Sydney Council, way back maybe starting 100 years ago, for planting these beautiful trees, and the arborists who, from the council, look after them so that in the 21st century, we can enjoy this incredible colour. International and Aussie tourists mix with the locals to enjoy this tunnel of colour, causing a little bit of mayhem at times. So what do you think of this amazing street?
It's spectacular, isn't it?
A lot of local and international tourists coming in?
Yes, they have busloads come in just to look at them. Yes, they do. And they're all trying to take photos while the cars are going around.
What do you think about something like this that's so beautiful when you're looking up and down the street?
Oh, that's the God's gift. Beautiful on this street.
It's just like a complete tunnel of blue, isn't it?
Yes.
Or do you call it purple, or...?
I call purple.
But without a doubt, the best way to see it is from the harbour. Now, I've got a tour group with me that are going to join me on board. So why don't you come on? Come and join us. And to look up into the landscape is a sea of blue-purple haze, and it just looks fantastic at the moment. It doesn't matter where you are on Sydney Harbour, if you're looking into the north-facing bays and coves, you'll actually see lots of jacarandas. This is a really special part of our whole cruise on the harbour today, to come into these quiet waters. And when you look down on the water and all the boats at anchor and all the jacarandas around and all the gardens and the hoop pines and the Norfolk pines, it's just a really special sight. One thing you can definitely tell from these trees here is that they've never been pruned. So like a magnolia, never prune your jacaranda. If you really, really have to, then maybe do it in autumn. I know a lot of school kids that we talk to, they assume that they're an Australian native, but they're not. They're actually from South America, from Brazil. An incredible tree. It came into Australia in the very early part of the colony. Now, when you finish looking at the jacarandas around the entire harbour, this is the place to come to. It's Sydney's Royal Botanic Gardens, and there's a very good reason why you should come here. You will see Australia's oldest jacaranda. Just behind me here, over 160 years old. In fact, it was planted in 1857. Isn't it a beautiful tree? Great canopy, unpruned, lovely rounded dome, looking terrific right here on the shores of Sydney Harbour. You may be surprised to know that there is actually a white version of the blue jacaranda. And here it is here, looking quite fantastic. It was introduced into Australia in 1960 by Dr. George Hewitt, MBE. It has quite different foliage. When you look closely at the leaves, you can see that the foliage is quite lime green, right down at the base. There's no tint of purple or blue as you get with the regular blue jacaranda. And it's really a fantastic tree. Timmy Turner, thank you for your time today, my friend.
Thank you so much.
Blue ones we've seen.
Yes.
The oldest jacaranda in Australia.
Yes.
The white one. Now you've got something completely new.
We've got a little something strange going on here in the nursery. This is one of my little projects we got. This is Jacaranda Bonsai Blue. This is a dwarf variety specifically bred of a jacaranda in your flower bed or pot that's gonna stay small, bloom in spring. You can actually see the flowers for a change instead of seeing way up.
Yeah.
But even in the winter when it's dormant in a pot, it's actually still quite attractive. It's a nice little form. It actually stays really tight.
The million-dollar question for all of my viewers, they want to know, when is it going to be available? When do you think?
Probably next year you'll start seeing it in retail.
Isn't that fantastic?
And if not, I'm gonna start selling it.
Yeah. So do you think this will be a sign of the future, these big trees that have been dwarfed for us?
I think the sign of the future is neighbors closer, smaller outdoor space. And with that, plants have to adapt, and we're looking for things you can grow in containers or in smaller spots, so that little strip between you and the street. Yeah. And this is going to be the future, is looking for things that are drought resistant, heat resistant, and are beautiful.
Pretty blue eyes, Hollywood smile, yeah, yeah.
There really is no other time of the year like the jacaranda season. It's fantastic whether you've got just one tree in your garden or a couple out in the street, or maybe it's a whole avenue of beautiful blue at Kirribilli. Just get out and enjoy it. In fact, get outside this weekend and enjoy the environment.